calmly rubbed ointment on my scraped knees, picked up strategies of the warring states off the floor, and kept memorizing. My dad wouldn't let me learn music, chess, calligraphy, painting, or needlework. Instead, he hired top tutors to drill me in the classics, the 6 arts, and the art of political strategy. I understood what he was going for. It was kind of a shame, though. I was my mother's daughter, but I didn't inherit a single drop of her softness. Instead, I took after my dad, ruthless and calculating. Not long after, the princess's manor threw a big banquet. My dad came home late that night. The princess was busy showing off. The royal physician said, "This baby is almost definitely a boy." My dad's sharp face caught the candlelight, all hard angles. He raised his cup with an amused smile. "Oh, really? Congratulations, then." Then he threw his head back and laughed. Laughing so hard he couldn't stop. Loud, wild, unrestrained. The princess's cheeks flushed red. She thought he was genuinely happy. "My lord, you seem so pleased." My dad let out a drunken chuckle, eyes glazed, and reached out to cup her chin. "Princess, you're barely 20. How is it you look so much older already?" The smile on the princess's face froze instantly. Her looks were everything to her. Those words hit her like a lightning strike. "My lord, am I really old?" Her voice was shaking, tears welling up in her eyes. But my dad just let go and moved on. He grabbed Bilan, who was pouring wine nearby, pulled her close, and murmured drunkenly, "Funny, I never noticed. When did the princess get such a pretty little maid?" Then his head drooped to one side and he passed out face down on the table. The princess slapped Bilan hard across the face. Bilan dropped to her knees begging for mercy, knocked her head against the floor until it bled. The princess had someone bring a bronze mirror, staring hard at her own face twisted with rage and hatred. Then she turned that same glare on Bilan. Her voice went ice cold. "If the prince consort thinks you're so pretty, then go be pretty at the bottom of the well." Bilan screamed and begged. She'd served the princess for over a decade. But the princess had snapped. She smashed the mirror. "A lowly servant dares talk to me about loyalty? Drag her out." Who could have imagined? Just 15 minutes ago, she was the princess's most trusted maid. And now, she was being dragged toward the well. The next morning, my dad woke up. When he heard that Bilan's body had been pulled out, waterlogged, he just sighed. What a waste of a life. Apparently that set the princess off. She went on a rampage and smashed everything in the room. The next day, my mom's memorial hall quietly gained one more lantern. Bilan, the one who led the crowd spitting on my mom and calling her trash back then. All it took was my dad moving his lips, and he used the princess as the blade to end her. After her death, the whole manor was on edge. My dad came home even less. He spent his days meeting in secret with the Eastern Depot chief, building cases, and throwing corrupt officials into the imperial prison one by one. The smell of blood on him got heavier every day. Then one night, half a month later, he came home. He'd just finished raiding a brothel. His clothes were covered in bloodstains. A dark red drop of blood had dried at the corner of his eye. The whole look had this dark, striking beauty to it, honestly more captivating than his usual cold composure. The princess, belly and all, threw herself into his arms and sobbed. "Pei-Lang, why didn't you come back?" I was so scared. "Are you keeping someone on the side?" My dad casually wiped the half-dried blood from his hand across her fair cheek. "Stop making things up. These days he runs the whole court." Even the princess didn't dare push him too far anymore. The princess sniffled, wrinkling her nose at the blood soaked all over him. "Then what were you even doing? Who's worth you getting your hands dirty over? Are all those guards in the imperial prison useless?" My dad looked her dead in the eyes, totally unbothered. Voice soft as silk. "Princess, don't you want to know who I killed?" The princess froze. Almost without thinking, she asked, "Who?" My dad curved his lips into a smile, one of those rare, genuine, warm smiles, and slowly began listing names. Li Yushi's wife, Zhang Shilang's sister, Grand Tutor Zhu's second wife, and Lady Minghua. With every name he said, the princess lost another shade of color. By the end, she was shaking like a leaf. Every single one of them had helped humiliate my mom outside our gates back in the day. Why did you kill them?" The princess's teeth were chattering, voice barely holding together. My dad sighed, all innocent and put upon. "Your imperial father is getting on in years, more obsessed with beauty than ever. These officials' wives came to the palace to pay respects, and somehow 2 of them caught the emperor's eye. Some even ended up carrying the imperial heir." He stepped closer, looming over her, savoring every flicker of terror in her eyes, his own gleaming with excitement. "I was just doing the emperor's bidding, eliminating the mothers, keeping the children." "Princess, what exactly are you waiting for?"